Well, the Trump administration has had an unprecedented number of leaks in its first 6 months. Not a week goes by without the New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, etc., touting a news story that relies on the revelations of unnamed sources. Some of them have been interesting and newsworthy. Others have been false. The majority have just been axe grinding. Now, a new report by the Senate Homeland Security confirms it's not your imagination. This administration is averaging at least one leak per day pertaining to national security. Protecting the country has taken a backseat in the eyes of many bureaucrats to undermining the president they work for. Mustafa Tamiz is a Democratic strategist and former consultant for the Department of Homeland Security, and he joins us tonight. Mustafa, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So let me just make the obvious point, which is I'm not against all leaks. I've benefited from a lot of them. I think the public has a right to know more than it does. And sometimes they're useful. And, people don't like them, but, tough. But some of the leaks that you've seen come out of this administration are, A, coming from career bureaucrats who shouldn't be divulging sensitive information to which they have have access, and B, are leaked purely for the purpose of undermining a president they don't like, and in so doing hurt the country. How could you defend something like that?
Well, I think that leaks are dangerous. I think sometimes people that are making these leaks may not realize the consequences of it. But recently we saw a leak come out from this young lady named Reality TV, and odd name, but she served in the military. She was a contractor with the NSA, and likely she's going to go to jail for this. So leaks are dangerous, and we have to be careful. But the issue that we're finding in this administration that we're seeing more than ever is that President Trump has to he has to get the respect of the people that are serving in these agencies, and he just has to work harder in doing that. And so far, he hasn't done that. All his tweets, all his attacks are giving a hard time to people that work in these agencies that are civil servants, many of them not very highly paid. And when he doesn't read the presidential briefs, instead he watches cable news shows and attacks people on the Twitter.
Just as a factual matter, they are highly paid, actually. Federal bureaucrats make considerably more than their private sector counterparts. So they are well paid, and you can't fire them.
That's not.
But would you say the same thing about
people serving in the FBI? FBI agents are not highly paid people. They could make a lot more money in the private sector. These are people that work in the military and DNI.
But I'm not just talking.
A lot of people that
hold on, slow down.
To defend our nation.
Yes, there are. And my father worked in the federal government. I'm not against all federal employees. I'm merely saying that when you work for a president, you have two choices. Either you can work to forward his agenda, which is your job, or you can resign. Would you take the same position if soldiers didn't respect the chairman of the Joint Chiefs and turn their guns against him? You would say, no, you work for the military. You protect the country. You do what you're told. And if you don't want to, you leave. It's not a matter of earning their respect. They're undermining the national security of the country because they don't like him.
Look, I think you make a very important point, and there's a lot of leaks that are coming from within the White House that these are the people that President Trump has handpicked. They're the only ones that are in the room at time when he makes a call to a foreign leader. So a lot of the leaks are also coming from within his administration, within the people that he chosen. Look, he has come from a family.
I can't believe you work for the federal government and you said that.
He has come from a family.
That's not where that.
Look,
That's totally
a lot
untrue.
of leaks are coming at a very high level. There are people that are in the room that are coming from the administration. They're in fights within the White House.
Real here.
You and I both know that. You work in media.
There are leaks from the White House. Slow down for a second. There are leaks coming from the political staff in the White House, leaking against each other or turf wars, and that's conventional. It's ugly, but it happens. But the leaks that matter and the ones that undermine our ability to run the government and to be safe are the ones coming from the permanent staff. For example, May 23rd of this year, the president of the Philippines and Trump have a conversation. The contents are leaked. That didn't come from Trump's staff. They have no reason to do that. How does that help the country, leaking something like that?
I think, I gave you an example of this young lady in Reality TV who's a contractor in her mid-20s, and she doesn't make a whole lot of money.
The President Trump has to earn.
I know it's a silly name, but that's what her name is. But look, she's, President Trump has to work harder to
Reality
earn the
winner,
respect of the people.
Is her name.
Is that what
so
her name is?
you're blaming Trump for reality winner? It's by the way, it's no less ludicrous than what you said.
I think the President Trump has to earn the respect of the people that wear the uniform, that work very hard, that put their lives in danger. He cannot attack them on Twitter. So it's Trump's fault. These are not.
Hold on.
These are not
so it's Trump's fault that they're leaking the contents of his conversation with foreign leaders.
Look,
I don't know why you make excuses for that. It's totally against the law, and it's wrong.
He's got to do a better job. He's got to do a better job.
Mustafa, I appreciate it.
I heard
your point. Thanks.